New video from Dumpster U. Are we living on stolen land? This is clearly going to be talking about colonialism in the Americas. Are Americans living on stolen land acquired by nefarious means? Jeff Finn Paul, professor of economic and social history at Leiden University, and author of Not Stolen, The Truth About American Colonialism in the New World, dispels this misleading and destructive myth. Jeff Finn Paul, founding member of History Reclaimed, economist, historian, and quotidian defender of democracy. Yeah, okay, so this is like his thing, right? When all the bad things America did are true, but none of the good things, something is amiss. Okay. On the 4th of July, it's time to reclaim America from the cynics and to honor everyone of every color and creed who has made it great. My PragerU video, Are We Still Living on Stolen? Will be out July 17th. Meanwhile, pre-ordered Not Stolen. So this is his book. Dude, no fucking shot is this real. Of all the imagery to put on the cover of your European colonialism denial propaganda book, you choose this one. Anyways, let's watch this shit.
If you attended college, this is what you were likely taught. America was founded through acts of genocide, accompanied by larceny on the grandest scale. Columbus and the Europeans who followed him sailed to the New World with the intention of exploiting whomever they found.
I mean, any vague understanding of what they were sent out to do, which was, if I'm not mistaken, find a shorter route to India, that was not the intention of their journeys. This just sort of happened. It sort of came later.
And if necessary, enslaving or exterminating them. Soon after...
Where are they, then? If this didn't happen, where are they? Where did they all go? Where did their histories go? Where did their people go? If it wasn't through genocide, where did they all go? I'm very curious to hear, Jeff's response to that question.
Afterwards, they began importing black bodies from Africa. They then built the world's richest country out of a combination of slave labor, stolen land, and environmental destruction.
Is he saying that didn't happen? Is he saying that's not true? Those are like the easily most demonstrable things America has ever done. Of course those fucking things happen, dude.
As an historian, I can assure you this view is inaccurate in most particulars.
All right, let's take a look.
But getting the story wrong is only part of the problem. The bigger problem is this. If you teach generation after generation that their country, their society, and their history are uniquely awful, they are like...
No one in their right mind is saying America is uniquely awful. I mean, in a lot of ways we are. Please don't misconstrue what I'm about to say. But the idea that, like, we're the only society to have ever done something bad, that is not true. In a lot of ways, we're like the best at doing bad shit.
Likely to believe you. This is a sure route to societal failure. This has consequences not only...
What? What are you even talking about, bro? Acknowledging our, past crimes and their current systemic effects is going to lead to societal failure? What if those crimes were true? That's my question. What if those crimes were true? Should we just not acknowledge them? Will that lead to societal failure? What a bizarre, 0 to 100, absolutely no fucking correlation statement to make, dude.
Only for America, but the entire world. Many in the U.S. seem to have no clue just how much of a city on the hill the U.S. is still perceived to be. And how...
I mean, by some, definitely not by everyone. The only reason we're on this hill is the shit we did to the people beneath the hill, that we're still doing to the people beneath the hill. The repeated kicking in the face to anyone trying to crawl through the river of glass and shit on that hill, trying to get up that hill. We're sniping them with rifles and kicking them in their faces after we killed all of their ancestors to get on this hill.
How important that American beacon is to millions of people living under autocratic regimes.
Okay. We're not even going to get into that. We're not going to get into this right now.
If the image of the US is fundamentally delegitimized, if its entire raison d'etre, its reason for being, is tainted, then increasing numbers of people will wonder whether democracy itself is worth the trouble.
What? What? Something snapped in my brain, dude. The last brain cell I have just died. And I'm still trying to figure out what that could possibly have meant. What is he trying to say? If we acknowledge the, horrific exploitation it takes to get to the position the United States is currently in, that delegitimizes democracy? The amount of people you're exploiting has nothing to do with democracy. In fact, acknowledging exploitation, in theory, should lead to more democracy. That may have been the single dumbest, non sequitur ass take I have ever fucking heard, dude. Let's run it back.
If its entire raison d'etre, its reason for being, is tainted, then increasing numbers of people will wonder whether democracy itself is worth the trouble.
What? So the very concept of acknowledging that our privilege is built upon horrific levels of exploitation and genocide, racism, etc., that's going to result in people being disillusioned with democracy? Again, I ask, what if those things were true? Should we still suppress that knowledge in order to not have people be disillusioned with democracy itself? I cannot fathom what that could possibly mean, dude. That is incredible to me.
So let's correct the record before it's too late.
Before it's too late, dude. Before it's too late.
The narrative of the stolen country or Native American genocide does not stand up to scrutiny by any honest historian.
By any honest historian, i.e., the overwhelming majority, 99.99% consensus level of majority, they're the ones that are wrong. But Jeff Finn Paul is about to set the record straight.
It is a dangerously myopic and one-sided interpretation of history. It puts 100% of the burden on Europeans, who are held responsible for nearly all historical evil.
What? No one is saying Europeans hold the burden of all historical evil. With that said, in the last few centuries, including up to and including today, Europeans and their babies, America, etc., are doing a lot of evil today. Are we the only ones doing evil? No. But, most of the problems most people are facing in the modern day can definitely be tied to the actions of white people, Europeans, Americans, etc. That much is true.
While so-called indigenous people are mere victims, saint-like, innocent martyrs whose civilizations were close to ideal.
Again, I ask, where are they? If they were indeed not the victims of genocide, where are they? Where the fuck are they? Are they underground? I can see where this is going. Very shortly, he's going to be like, actually, Native Americans did some fucked up stuff too. Why isn't anyone acknowledging that? And the answer is because it doesn't fucking matter. Every single society, every single culture, every single human has done something shitty. Everyone knows this. Everyone believes this. No one thinks any singular society or whatever culture, civilization has done nothing wrong ever. At this point, what we're trying to talk about is what has happened and whether or not systemic effects are still felt. The atrocities that Europeans committed continue to commit in the form of third world exploitation, Americans as well. Those effects are still felt today. And that's why we talk about them. I talked about all this stuff in my other video, but again, it is more typical misconstruing strawman BS that is becoming more and more clear the only types of arguments conservatives can have. Because if they weren't making those types of arguments, they would not be making conservative arguments.
This is simplistic, anti-historic thinking that has gained currency only...
Dog, the only one doing simplistic, anti-historic thinking in this conversation is y'all.
Because most practicing historians and history teachers have either given into groupthink or else have been cowed into silence by fear of losing their jobs.
No. The scientific historical consensus is not due to being silenced, okay? You have a job, bitch. You wrote a fucking book that's on Amazon spreading genocide denial. Ain't no one getting canceled, dude. What the fuck are you talking about? Your Twitter account said it was like the bestseller in like Native American studies on Amazon or some shit, right? You're not getting fucking canceled, and you're saying like the worst shit possible. You're on PragerU with 3 million subscribers. Your dumbass voice is not getting silenced. With that said, you should shut the fuck up because you are so fucking stupid.
There is hardly a single civilization on Earth which did not displace natives or which did not engage in nasty wars or ethnic cleansings.
Exactly what I just said. Another very common conservative argument: we should ignore the current systemic socioeconomic problems that, white people benefit from because other places had wars. Other places did shitty stuff in the past. This shit don't matter, dude. What matters is addressing the residual systemic effects of these things.
No matter who discovered the New World, it's inevitable that a lot...
No matter who discovered the New World, genocide was inevitable. So it's okay. Wash your hands, white people. It's okay. It would have happened anyway.
The New World population was smaller and more homogeneous than the Old World population. Thus, its people had less immunity to disease than the...
That feels like subtly racist to me.
So the claims of genocide by disease have almost nothing to do with European actions, apart
That explains...
from their simply reach...
That explains the book. He's saying, dude, the smallpox blankets, it would have happened anyway. There was nothing we could have done to prevent it.
Let us also acknowledge that Native American society was just as warlike as any other in human history. The anthropologist's vision of Native Americans as peace pipe smoking environmentalists, which gained purchase in the 1970s, has long since given way to a more Hobbesian portrait of pre-Columbian reality. In North America, most natives were primitive farmers. This means that, with some exceptions, they had no permanent settlements.
Dude, this is like racism open mic night. He'll throw in a statement with some exceptions to soften the shitty shit he's about to say. But even if this shit were true, what is the point, dude? They were horrible, disgusting, filthy savages, and they needed to be whipped into shape. You're talking about hundreds of different cultures, tribes, nations, each with their own complex societal structures. Not some monolithic, primitive group of savages. This is the most lazy, reductive historical analysis I have ever fucking seen. Primitive, what a fucking interesting term to use, bro. There were many complex societies building many complex cities with complex buildings. Native Americans also lay claim to the oldest continuous participatory democracy in the world. Talking about fucking democracy.
They farmed in an area for a few decades until they wore out the soil. Then, they moved on to greener pastures where the hunting was better and the land more fertile. If somebody was already on those greener pastures, that meant war. If you won, the land was yours, and the tribe you defeated was destroyed or assimilated. This pattern repeated itself endlessly.
Yes, every single indigenous group in the entire America's supercontinent operated in this exact same way. This is not a stupid, reductive, overly simplistic interpretation.
The idea that the Europeans stole land which had belonged in perpetuity to any one tribe is ludicrous. This is the basic math of all human history. If you can defend your land, you can keep it. If you can't, you lose it.
Damn, dude. Why even mention all the other shit at this point? Why bring anything else that you talked about up in this video? If your final argument, he's fucking ulting right now, is to just be like, well, we killed them better than they killed us. The Europeans wanted their land, and so we just fucking took it. Because other people did something similar to this, that makes it okay. And we do not need to do anything in this enlightened year of 2023 to make up for the horrific actions done to these people's ancestors. Incredible take. No, again, dude, it doesn't fucking matter that, like, it happened elsewhere. He's literally saying all the stuff that they teach is not true, but even if it was, it don't even matter, baby. What is your overall point, dude? That this was a good thing? There was just nothing anyone could have done otherwise. There was no way to do it better. And if anyone is still feeling the systemic effects from these actions, well, tough fucking shit. Pull yourself up by your smallpox-infected bootstraps, bitch.
This was true 5,000 years ago, 500 years ago, and to a very real extent, it is still true today. In almost every...
So what, dude? So what? Like, explain to me. And?
Case. Conquest...
Yeah, it's... Oh my fucking god, dude. My brain is literally melting. Is he trying to say, like, because Caesar fucking did it, it's a good thing? These are the most baby-brained, reductive takes possible, dude.
Conquest happened without remorse. Caesar...
So does that make it good? It's like, yeah, it did happen without remorse. Is that a good thing? What the fuck, dude?
Didn't agonize over his conquest of Gaul. What is unique is...
And? Should, like... Okay,
that in
whatever,
conquering
dude.
North America, some Europeans expressed moral qualms about what they were doing.
Yeah, like, there were like 4 writers ever who said, maybe we shouldn't commit, like, horrific, disgusting genocide that we're currently committing. Did that mean anything? Abso-fucking-lutely not. All those genocides still fucking happened. Also, bro, you're kind of losing the script here. Moral qualms over what? I thought everything they did was good. Justified. Would have happened anyway. It's happened before. What moral qualms? Caesar did it, bro. What moral qualms?
The priest Bartolomé de las Casas wrote an eloquent plea to the monarchs of Spain as early as the
Wanton adventurers had exploited natives.
1540s.
So, like, bro, which the fuck is it, Jeff? Were the natives exploited? Was this a good thing? Was this a bad thing? Did this happen at all? Was Bartholomew correct? Is he about to say that Bartholomew was insane? We have officially lost the fucking plot.
Chronicling in detail how wanton adventurers had exploited natives.
Yeah, Bartholomew was on his fucking money.
Against the express will of the Spanish crown.
Is that true? If it was true, the colonialists did not give one single fuck. If the Spanish crown did, express concern over the treatment of the natives, that is a good thing. But the colonialists they sent out did not share their concerns. They were not sending their best.
The priest's concerns were picked up by countless others over the centuries and continue to this day.
Well, it didn't mean anything. And again, he said picked up by others today. You're denying this shit, Jeff. Are you saying Bartholomew is right or wrong?
Yes, it was Western Europeans who made an issue of human rights, which is why we debate the morality of conquest in the first place. But who wants to talk about that?
We were actually... Yeah, I mean, his thesis statement is, we were actually the good guys in this genocide.
I'm Jeff Finn Paul, professor of economic and social history at Leiden University for Prager University.
Bro, you gotta go back to, like, History 101, dude. There must have been, like, a Klan rally during the, like, indigenous peoples lesson or something.
To keep PragerU videos free, please consider making a tax-deductible donation.
No.